Alrighty, folks. Well, we're gonna do a quick fill up. Going on a Sunday quick stroll here. Been lacking a lot of motivation to go out and ride lately. It's just the desire to ride has been really low. Frankly, the schedule just haven't really been lining up. But gas has come down a bit. It's $4.42 for premium. That's all I've ever put in this bike. So I'm going to continue on that ritual and do premium. Let me quickly do a fill up. Lady's looking at me like I'm the problem. Everyone decided to come fill up gas at the same time. It's crazy. It's like 95 degrees or something like that, but it doesn't feel too bad. So all right, folks. Well, we just filled up 11:56. Kind of hurts, but luckily it ain't that bad on my on my truck. On the Nissan, this thing eats like $90 worth of gas, something like that. 17 gallons. It's ridiculous. Prices have gone down a little bit, so it makes it a little bit more reasonable. But nothing beats motorcycle fill-ups because they're quick, relatively cheap. I mean, $12 or $11.56 is still cheaper, I should say. I've been getting really bad fuel economy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the fuel or what's what, or if I just need to take this on a nice long tour to break up whatever's going on in there. But yeah, I don't know. I've been getting a lot more worse fuel economy. I'm gonna pull into that Publix's parking lot real quick and do a walk around on the bike before I take off on the major road. A lot of gravel. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. This thing is gonna open here soon, and actually when this thing opens I won't even be here. So yeah, this thing looks a lot smaller. Perspective is a hell of a thing, because when you look at it from that angle it looks so small, and you ride into it, it's huge. So perspective as they say, right? But yeah, excited to get out with the guys and the lads. I'm excited to get out with the lads. We're finally getting it out. It's like that thing. Hey, when you finally make it, the trip makes it out of the group chat. That's what's happening. So myself, thanks to Patrick, Kevin, Adrian, Quasi, Mike, and Neil, we're gonna make it out, and maybe there's gonna be a few other stragglers from Discord that are gonna join. But we are going to Big Buck, or I'm totally gonna just butcher it, so I have it up here. We're going to Buckhorn Creek Park. So yeah, that's the exciting part. And then I'm hoping to do the ride up to West Virginia for the Ride of a Lifetime's third meetup. I never was able to do Birch's because schedules and time frames never made it out, and unfortunately Birch is not doing any more meetups. But certainly we'll try to make it up for the Ride of a Life's meetup in West Virginia. The cool thing about that one is that it is very close to, and I think the location he's picked, he just announced it. The location he's picked is really nice, and it'll be interesting to do the ride up there. I'm never going to have another chance to go up to West Virginia, and my schedule looks like it's going to work out, so it'll be a little weekend tour, and I can make it up to Ohio as well to see some family, and it's all going to work out. It'll be fantastic. So looking forward to that. That's going to be, I think, July 11th weekend. Wow, okay, there's a pretty sizable back lot, I guess. Sucks for these guys, but yeah, huge, nice. Yeah, this lot is a lot. The perspective from the other side just makes it look puny, but it's gigantic once you get into it. But yeah, excited for the camping trip coming up in a week and a half's time. I'll be leaving from Florida, Dallas bound. I might be in Cyprus. We'll see how that works out. I haven't got a confirmation yet from work, but we shall see. We shall see how that lines up. Either way, I'll be at that ride. I'll be at the ride. It's not really a ride, it's a camp out with the guys, but I'll be at the camp out, I should say, one way or another. So excited for that. You know, we've been talking about, I know at least Patrick and I and Quasi here and there, we've been talking about getting out for a while, man, but schedules don't line up, work is so busy, life happens, and that's that, and then time flies. Here we are, 6 months, you know, done with 2026, and it's crazy. They just announced the 2027 Cannonball. Well, they haven't officially announced it, but there was a post by Dave. The direction they went for this Cannonball is kind of interesting, you know. I get why they had to do what they had to do, because it's gotten so big and it's garnered a lot of attention. You know, some would argue it's bad attention or negative press versus the good stuff, and I get it. You know, I can understand, but I think by and large, the rambunctious riding habits of some of the people probably had something to do with it, and the unfortunate passing of a rider out in Pecos probably also sealed the deal. So I get it, you know what I mean? Like I can understand why it's hard to obtain insurance, and why the underwriters are, you know, charging what they're charging, or not charging, but you know, based off of the circumstances, you know, they're writing the insurance policy, you know, based off of all the events and price and stuff, I would imagine. And so, and I'm sure there's a lot of behind the door things that Dave hasn't really made public, or it's widely known. Yeah, it's unfortunate that the event is the way it is. So the way, I'm not gonna, you know, I don't remember everything verbatim, but I'll put it up here somewhere. But as it stands, there's not going to be any checkpoints, in fact, the whole scoring system is completely gone. It's non-existent. So the way it's going to be is kind of like point A to point B. Basically, it's a giant, I think Patrick summed it up. He said it's a giant parade from one end of America to the other end. And I get it, you know, and I'm sure, you know, as Dave, you know, he's the main event organizer, I'm sure he's gotten feedback from a lot of these other smaller towns, because we pass a lot of these small towns, and I can only imagine, you know, on Facebook groups and on these other forums and chats, and even probably via email, who knows, he's probably gotten reached out by these people from these small populated cities and towns, and you know, they probably weren't too happy about a couple hundred scoots passing through, plus minus their support vehicles. So the gist of it is that so it's going to start from, I think, Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, which is the coast of Carolina, to Santa Cruz, California, which is we're just going to call it San Francisco for you know, for geographic purposes, so people understand. It's Northern California, basically. So from what I understand, there was another rally that had a similar route, or similar starting and end point, I believe. I don't recall which one, but it might have been not the Iron Butt, but there was another one. That's the Adventure ADV one. So anyways, so it's starting on the East Coast, the middle East Coast, I guess you can call it, and it's going up to or across, I should say, across and up to San Francisco. By the way, I don't really have a route. I'm just kind of going by Braille, just going out for an evening stroll. Probably hitch over that way past the mall and just take the back roads around. Ooh, nasty bump. But yeah, I'm not going to speak on too in depth about the Cannonball, because it's I understand Dave and his positioning, and you kind of have to take the liability out from an organizational standpoint. And I think someone said it the best. I think what the Cannonball was, which I'm very grateful that I got to do the last one, the last official Cannonball, or the normal styled Cannonball, I guess. But I will say, I can sympathize and empathize with the organizers, and why the decision was the way it was, because there was a lot of buffoonery. I've said it time and time and again. Other creators and other people on the forums have been vocal about that. And one thing that has to be realized is that there's only so much policing
Dave or the organizers can really do, because they're also a part of the event, and they're thinking and worrying about logistical things. The crazy thing about it, to me, in my opinion, about the horsing around was, we're talking about grown adults, and I think percentage-wise, most of the people were 40 plus, 50 plus, in that range. And it's like we're talking about grown as adults that can't behave. And it's great to be competitive. I can be competitive, but it's not worth life and limb. And to me, like, and I think most of my group that I rode with shared the same sentiment, is that we were just there as fast tourists. I was just talking to Mike about it the other day. I was like, man, for us, it really doesn't matter about the 27 Cannonball as far as the scoring system is concerned, because we were never there to win. We were just there to complete it, to say we did it, and at that on scooters. So, there is that. So for me, I don't really care about that aspect of it. It would be cool to have little checkpoints, kind of just as, to say you went to this, because there's a lot of America to see. You're talking middle of America, a lot to see. So a lot to see going this way from North Carolina down to out west to California. So we'll see. We'll get a little bit better of a understanding once Dave officially posts it. There's a post on the website, the Cannonball website. Right now, it was just a forum post, which I haven't got. I haven't been on the forum a whole lot as of recent, so I'll have to go back and peruse again and see if that post is even still there from Dave. So it will be it's shameful that the event had to turn out to be, it had to be like that, but people were, as the saying goes, one bad apple ruins the whole bunch, and that's just, it is what it is. But I think as far as would I do it, I think I would do it, just because it's an opportunity to get out on the scoot and to go across America. But in no way or shape or form will I be competitive. I think I will be there more for the camaraderie and just out with the boys again, kind of out with the squad again, and I think the group of guys that I rode with, we all had the same riding style pattern. Certainly, I would love to continue that forward, moving for in the up and coming Cannonball. But I even said on in Quasi's Discord, I was like, man, it might be better just to do our own run. Because there's no checkpoints, there's suggested stops, I think, or something like that. But there's no hey, you have to stop here, and again, when there's no scoring system, there's no, and I was, it got me really thinking. I was like, if there's no overnight destinations, people can putz on through the night. Is that safe? I mean, I guess everyone's at their own, most people are going to be at their own will doing that at night. I wouldn't really care to ride at night unless I absolutely had to. Anyways, doing 400 or 500 miles on a scoop per day is you're pretty much you're impeding on that limit, that physical limit, and the scooter's limit, of course, but you're certainly impeding on that limit. So yeah, I don't know, but again, if there's no incentive of winning or competition, then there's no real reason to be going through the night unless you're so far behind, you know what I mean? So anyways, we'll put a pin in that for now, and hopefully, as more things come out, hopefully they, some things change. Hopefully there's a little bit of an update, or like a little bit of a, hey, we've changed this and now we're going this route. We'll see. But I think by and large, I understand where the organizers are coming from. It's funny because I was talking to some of the other guys that I rode with last year, and we were like, some of the crazy moves that we made, like illegal infractions that, vehicular infractions that we made on the road were because of drivers, or more or less riders, that were that had no situational awareness. You'd be right behind them for miles at a time. They wouldn't get over to let you through, and they would just be intentional. It's not like we were speeding or doing anything like that, but to get out of harm's way, we basically had to make those maneuvers to save our asses and to save that rider from themselves. So yeah, that's kind of it's unfortunate that was the case, but yeah, it is what it is, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'll be interested to see how that happens and how it actually unfolds, really, once the official announcement is out. This was kind of a draft announcement, I guess. That's what I'm going to call it. So, hey, we're at 1199. We'll hit 1,200 miles here soon, which is shameful. I've had this thing for over a year. It's like I haven't barely put any miles on it. I will be the next month. Going up to West Virginia. I think it's about I looked at it, it's about just shy of 1,000 miles, and one way, so about 2,500 miles plus minus there and back, and then probably a little bit more, 2,800, closer to that, and then riding out to going out to Texas. That's going to be probably just about the same, I would say, getting out. And then I'll probably hang around in Dallas and Houston for a little bit for work, for a week or two, for a week at least. And then it'll probably be, I would say in totality, the Texas trip will probably be at 3,000 miles. So I'll probably do an oil change before I go, because I anticipate putting probably at least another 700-800 miles in the next week. So yeah, a lot of exciting things coming up, finally, for once. Getting out and getting to a trip, even though it's in the summer, it's okay. I would have liked to have done a trip. I missed out on the trip going to Big Bend when Patrick and one of his buddies went out. I want to say, April or something like that, or May, end of April, early May. I forget when they exactly went out, but yeah, I wish I could have made it down there, but schedules didn't, work was just being too demanding, and so you do what you gotta do, I guess. But yeah, excited to get out and finally ride. As of lately, just the desire has been low of riding. I got rid of the Bullet. The Bullet's gone. The KLR is gone. What else? I feel like I got rid of another. The Electric Glide. The Police Electric Glide is gone. So I'm down to 3 bikes only now, which is exactly where I would like to be. I have a scooter, which the PCX, I don't think I'll ever part with that thing. And then I have, hey, we hit 1,200. I got the PCX that I did the Cannonball on, and then I got the Rebel, and then I ended up buying back the Road King. So I got my 2020 Road King back. So, yeah, at least for the foreseeable future, I don't really see myself in any other scoots or bikes right now for a long while. These are the type of roads I like, the back roads that are just single laned, nothing crazy, no traffic, as far as the eye can see. I've been toying with the idea of going to Sturgis this year, since it's America's 250th birthday, I should say. I've been toying with that idea. I thought about going and actually put money down on a Dyna, kind of holding, out in, I forget, it was Pueblo, Colorado or something over there in the South Denver area. I was looking at put a deposit down on purchasing a 98 Dyna Super Glide or something like that, and it was Evo Motors. Those that know. But that deal ended up falling through. I ended up pulling out of it because I was like, you know what? I don't want to have to buy another motorcycle and do, it wasn't really a fixer-upper. It was actually roadworthy. It was in immaculate condition for being 20 plus years old. So Yeah, I thought about buying that and taking it to Sturgis, riding it from Florida to Sturgis and back, but now that I think about it more and more, I'll probably do that trip if I do end up going to Sturgis, which is realistically a 50-50 chance right now. Probably will be on the Road King. Just because I already have it, and it's more than capable of a machine to get up there and back comfortably, no problemo. So it's like he was on looked like a Harley, but from the back, the tour pack looked like it was an Indian. So no idea. Certainly don't know what county I'm in either. That's a long road that they repaved. Wonder how long it took them to do that. Boat slips and ramps over here. Probably pull over just to see where I'm at, get an idea. Because I'm just going literally just by feel. And it's not really much of a confident feel, I should say. Should have stopped at a little shop back there. That's interesting. Is it gonna have a basement or something? No. Let's see if I can find a place to pull over safely. Oh, there's another motorcyclist on a Yamaha. Must be a good road if the biker's on it, right? Okay, it looks like we're hitting a dead end or a turn or some sort. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is if you're, man, that came up out of nowhere. Well, when you're down up on that hill, if you're cooking it, not paying attention, you go straight through and go into that person's property. Where can I pull over safely and soundly without being on someone's property? How do I do this? I guess that could have worked. I don't want to block someone's entrance to someone's neighborhood, but okay, so we're coming to a stop here. Decisions, left or right, left or right. Do we take a left or right? I'm gonna go with left. When in doubt, take a left. Watkins Road, never heard of it. Jennings Resort, okay. Yeah, definitely left is the better option here. I have no idea if this is going to connect me back to where I was at, but I guess we'll find out. No idea. So as I was saying earlier on that trip for the Ride of a Lifetime's third annual meetup, a couple guys are going from Florida. I think Link is going, but I think he's trailering up, so that's can't really ride along, right? So, but there's another fellow out of Panama City. So once he gets the green light from home, he's gonna be heading out. It's like an abandoned like fire station or what? I don't know what that was all about. But yeah. So I might ride out with him. Or it looks like, I think he has a Honda 650 or 750 new one, like the E-clutch maybe. My memory serves me bad. I just kind of met him or kind of chatted with him for the first time today, but more to come. But yeah, I might ride up with him, meet up in Jacksonville and do the ride up, rest of the way up to the Carolinas, up to West Virginia. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I might camp out, you know. I might do a Saddle Sore 1000 type deal. So I might be able to crank out two, or yeah, I guess two, because, or three if I Well, technically 4. If you're counting the Texas trip there and back, I can do 2, one there, 1 back. But, which is the camping trip I was talking about. That's going to happen in a few weeks. And then a few weeks after that, if I choose to go up to, well, I am. That's the intention to go up. But to West Virginia, I can choose to do another Saddle Tour 1000 and crank out 4 in record time. So maybe this is the new fire station. It looks a lot nicer, for sure. Oh, we're still in Polk County? Man. God. This county is ridiculously big. I've been wanting to try the cruise control on this thing, and I'm gonna have to get on a straight stretch of road to try it out, because I've never got it to engage. Like, that's the second time I've been able to see that come up. I'm gonna take a right here. This guy's taking a left. Okay, I think I know where I'm at. Maybe there's a popo up there. Oh yeah, I know exactly where I'm at. Or I think so. Yeah. Wow, so that's a whole loop I just did. Okay. Uh-oh. There's multiple cops. Hopefully it's not a crazy wreck or something like that. And these back roads, man, and these country roads, people just are reckless. Let's be a little bit slow. Not draw unnecessary attention. Oh, there's 3 cops there. What in the world? 3 or 4 cops, DUI or something like that. Maybe the guy was hauling ass, or who knows? Or he could have called the cops, who knows? No idea. There goes another undercover unit right there, too. I think I know where I'm at. That road that I turned on, it sounded familiar, so I don't know. No idea. I was gonna do the A1A today, but schedules didn't line up. I was saying I'm gonna get the Custom Dynamics plug and play brake modulator. It's like $80. It's good because it will help me be seen. And I also am gonna go ahead and order the brake-free helmet light to put on the helmet, back of this helmet. So I'll be officially tour ready in any capacity. I don't need those things to be tour ready. If I don't have them, I wouldn't be mad. But yeah, they're cheap and they help you be seen, and it's worth its weight in gold because of the cagers that are around here in Central Florida are just ridiculous. I gotta change the time on this thing, and I'll probably do that when I get home. That way, I think recently when I changed the battery, or I disconnected the battery to wire these things up, it reset everything. So, yeah, we'll figure it out. Where are we stopping? Because the cops or what? There's a fire truck. Is it an ambulance? Fire truck? It's a fire truck. Okay. Look at this. This is sun faded. When this thing has never sat in the sun, it's always been in my garage. Never been in the direct sun. Obviously, if it's been parked, like if I'm going somewhere and I'm, having, lunch or something at a place, and even then I try to park it, within under a tree or, some shade. But this is literally, that's Honda, I guess. So, it sucks, but it is what it is. I wonder what's going on here. Is this crap on fire, or is it like a hazardous leak, or dude don't feel good, or there's an ambulance here, so probably, who knows. Did he hit something? Don't look like he hit something. Oh, that escalated really quick. But yeah, finally we're out and about riding in the midst of summer. Summer is upon us, and I was gonna go to bike week and stuff, but didn't have the desire to get out and ride. Too many things happening, no desire to go out. So yeah,
That's how you know you're in the rural parts of your county. Cows out, call this number. We'll come get them. Guy has thousands of acres. Makes sense, you know. They roam around, they cut free, and fences break, and things happen. I gotta say, I was able to try these out yesterday, actually at night, and these things are fantastic. I have the clear lenses for them in here, but honestly speaking, I think the yellow ones are growing on me, man. I really like the look. Gives it that nice aggressive look to the bike, and it really it does. And functionality wise, it's not just there for looks. So there's auxiliary lights out there that are purely there for looks, and these they look fantastic and they're actually functional. So win-win situation.
I might get some summer-friendly boots. These are good. These are some cheapo Cycle Gear, I think Icon, or I forget what it is. Maybe not Icon, it's another brand, but zip-up style ones, and they're great, but they don't breathe, so you don't get like any airflow through them because they're leather. So yeah, it is what it is. I might get some those hiking boot style looking ones and go that route. See if I can find something that's quick, what do you call it? Quick put on, I guess, or easily to be able to be put on, I guess. Zip ups or tie ups or something like that, or the ones with the BOA system in them, or BOA system. So we shall see. Thought that was a cop for a second. I'm like, man, how many cops are they gonna call to the scene? Sorry, like 5 or 6 cops there, plus emergency personnel were there. I got the extra Sphera 360 coming, which is basically the DJI Osmo 360. It's the shell company of DJI in America, because those that don't know, DJI is banned in America. The FCC has banned them. They're not certifying any more of their devices, so they're being sold. I think any devices that were already being sold in America are like they had a hard cutoff of like, hey, no more devices. There's no displays at any Best Buys or anything like that anymore. I think it's just all new old stock, basically, like they're liquidating what they have. But they ended up, there's a shell company that it's suspiciously apples to what DJI is offering. And at that, the crazy part is it's like 1-to-1. So the Sphera, the one I got was, it's a white one. And I'm planning to take that on the trip, but it's the menus, everything, the specs are dead on with it literally just, it's like an unbadged DJI, but the internals are DJI. So I got a hell of a deal. I got like a 3-camera deal. I got like what's supposed to be the little miniature camera equivalent, and then that has like a little magnetic screen you can get with it. And then I got like the DJI 4 equivalent, the extra edge, something like that. So yeah, got a hell of a deal on eBay, and got an extra camera, and it was all for the price of one. So I was happy about that. Should be getting that tomorrow, so it'll be interesting to see playing around with that and testing in the next few weeks for the up and coming trips. It's like a whole military truck or what? I swear, when you go to these like rural places, and I saw this on the Cannonball all the time, and you ride around on these rural roads, and people have like the coolest things parked on their front yard for sale, or just that they own. It's the coolest things. I'm I'm gonna opt to go straight in this situation instead of, usually I would turn here to head back home, but not quite ready to putz on home. I don't think I've been this way. Brought me right to 27. Perfect. Perfect. Eyes are burning for some reason. There's an inherent benefit to LASIK, but then the downside is, I've heard, is people get severe dry eye. And it is what it is, you know? Haven't decided, but I may get the Mustang seat for this thing. I've heard really good things about it, and I've seen some reasonably priced ones online, so I might do that. We shall see. I think over time, this Airhawk seat has made its way forward. It's worked its way up, and I don't like it. It's a bit too forward. Nothing I can't figure out on the stop. I think what I'm looking for is the next light, not this light. Yeah, it's that next one. Thank God I'm not the first one in line. If I was the first one over here, man, this thing would never detect me. Looks like it's worked its way down a little bit. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it. It says I'm getting 40 miles to the gallon. That's a bit hard to believe, but okay. I guess it does it by trip or something like that, or I don't know. I don't know how accurate those are. Yeah, I'll mess with the timings later. See, now it says the range is 138. Like, what?
Makes no sense. That's actually the highest I've seen it, so maybe it does just really need a nice tour, not just putzing around town and around different local cities. Maybe that's what the bike's telling me. Anyways, I have 2 major rides coming up, so I don't see why that should work its way out. From what I understand, I've seen a lot of people get about 150, 160, 170 out of these things. So we'll see. We shall see. Only real complaint about this bike, I mean, the DCT is one thing, you know, you can figure it out, but it's hard to find backrest for this thing. It'd be nice to have this thing as a backrest, because I have the Rox 4-inch risers on this thing. She ain't going nowhere. And comfort-wise, I have that comfort reach seat, as Honda calls it, so it's higher. I guess it's higher, but it also brings you an inch closer to the bars. So I reckon I probably didn't need that. What I probably will do is put on the stock seat and with the AirHawk and just test it. Oh, someone just got clipped. Might have been that guy right there. Luckily in Florida, we don't have front plates. I believe this is the road. If you continue on it, it takes you all the way up to Atlanta. It's like the back road, basically. I wouldn't say it's 100% parallel to I-75, but it's pretty close to it.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. Caught it at right moment, I guess. Would be a great road to bring the PCX on. Probably stop and get a drink somewhere, but from what I recall, there's no gas stations down this way, or at least for a while.
Need to let some air in here. reminds me of the Cannonball. We had so many stops that were like one of those type of things. They're kind of like those cutaways. You see like 4 or 5 scooters and be like, oh, I'm in the right spot. I'm in the right spot.
I gotta clean this this visor. It's just getting so dirty. Where is homie turning? Ah. I see where he's at. I think there's a gas station down this way. Probably take a little detour there for a second and get an idea as far as how far I want to go. As far as I go, I'm going to have to do that same trip on the way back. Going home, so trying to make it in before it gets too late, so I have to prep for the week and things like that. So guy's hauling ass, man. Damn, looked like he was going to turn. I think there's a roundabout somewhere up there, something like that. The gas station's on that side. Can we enter? Yeah, we can. And we will. Be a nice... Get a quick stretch in, might grab a little drink. And, let's find some shade. I don't want to park right in the front, but certainly... Yeah, this one should do. It's not too far up. It's not the shade, but whatever. We're coming up on sunset anyways.